What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So I'm coming right back at you with another one of these controversial decision fights, you know what I mean? I got my series Controversial Decisions. You could check it out. I got a playlist. Go ahead, check it out on my channel. With this fight, I'm taking you back to 2006, you know what I mean? And this fight right here we have between Ricky the Hitman Hatton versus Louis Collazo. Now, Louis Collazo, at this juncture of his career, this guy was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? He was actually coming into this fight with no title. This fight was a welterweight fight because this was Ricky Hatton's first fight ever at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He was the kingpin at 140, obviously, after he beat the undisputed king at 140 at that time, who was Contreversial, you know what I'm saying? Contreversial. And, Contreversial had, what belts? He had the IBF and the Ring lineal title, you know what I mean? Ring Magazine and lineal title at 140. And Louis Collazo was a champion here. He had a WBA strap. I think he defended it. I think this was probably his second time. And he got the title from, I forgot this guy's name, from Massachusetts, man. Guy from, I think it was David Rivera. David Rivera was the champ at that time. And mind you, this was a WBA world title, you know what I mean, at 140 pounds, not the super title. I don't even know if they had anybody holding the super title at that time, you know what I mean? Now, this fight right here is a good fight, you know, because Ricky had, like I said, it's his first fight up, moving up from junior welterweight, you know what I mean, where he was the kingpin, you know what I'm saying? He just had beat Contreversial. You know, there was still guys like Floyd Mayweather who was hovering around at 140, you know what I mean? I think at them times he had like a WBC belt, Floyd did, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Ricky Hatton, actually, Floyd didn't even have, I think at this time, '06, Floyd, the WBC title was held by, I think, Junior Witter from England, actually. Because them fellas, Ricky Hatton had two belts, right, when he moved up from welterweight, you know what I mean? He had the W from junior welterweight. He had the IBF and the WBA. The IBF he got from Ricky Hatton, and the WBA from Carlos Mauser, a guy from Colombia. He knocked out, Ricky Hatton knocked him out in England in the 9th round, you know what I mean? That's when he unified titles. Then he moved up to welterweight, and he didn't fight Junior Witter, you know? That's probably a video I'm gonna probably do on the next time, you know what I mean? Fights we didn't get to see, Ricky Hatton versus Junior Witter. So, you know, that's a closure right there. Let y'all know it's coming soon, you know what I mean? Now, this fight right here, man, like I said, the champion was Collazo. He's defending his title. And as you can see, man, a few seconds ago, this man, Rick Collazo, got dropped in the very first round. In the first 10 seconds of the fight, man, Ricky Hatton came out guns blazing, and he put the man down with the left hook, you know what I'm saying? The man was kind of off balance. He was retreating, you know what I'm saying? But he got caught. And you can see this man, Ricky Hatton, is applying, relentless pressure, you know what I'm saying? You know, the same way he did the Contreversial, you know what I mean? He's throwing numerous left hooks to the body. You know, it was impressive how he came out like gangbusters, Ricky Hatton did in the first round, you know what I mean? Round 2 was a close round, you know, Ricky Hatton's applying pressure. Then, you know, Louis Collazo is actually now finding a home with his right hand, you know what I'm saying? He's tagging Ricky Hatton. Looks like he shook off the cobwebs from the first round. And he's tagging the man Ricky Hatton, you know what I'm saying? So the first round obviously is a 10-8 round. Round 2, I gave it to Collazo. You know what I'm saying? Collazo came strong in that second round. And, he's tagging the man with right hands. And actually, by the time the second round is over, Ricky Hatton's eyes are looking puffy, you know what I mean? Round 3, Ricky Hatton, Ricky Hatton being the orthodox boxer, and my guy right here, Collazo from Brooklyn, Puerto Rican, this guy right here is a southpaw, you know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't happen all the time, but more times than likely, they're going to eventually going to be a head clash, you know what I mean? And there sure enough was in round 3, and Ricky Hatton and Collazo had a headbutt, and Collazo had a gash on the top of his head, you know what I'm saying? And it was bleeding, so, he had to get that checked on, You know what I'm saying? But round 3 was a round I gave to Ricky Hatton, you know what I mean? He was just more putting on the pressure, you know what I'm saying? And actually, letting his hands go and putting his head on Collazo's chest and just going in. You know what I'm saying? Round 4 was also a close round, you know what I'm saying? Could have gone either way. But round 4, I gave it to Collazo, you know what I mean? I thought Collazo was landing the more accurate punches, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't looking quite as sloppy as the man Ricky Hatton, you know what I mean? And by the time round 4 is over, Ricky Hatton's left eye is swollen, you know what I mean? You check it. Round 5 was one of Collazo's best rounds, you know what I'm saying? And Collazo, he catches a rhythm. He's letting his hands go. You know what I'm saying? He throws a couple right hooks. He's also, his right hand was finding a home all the time. And that was, kind of unusual coming from a side. Yeah, that's when he got dropped, you know what I mean? That was the first round. See? He got dropped, it was nothing that hurt him, you know what I mean? And you check it. I think I was in round 5. Round 5, yeah, Collazo caught a rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Right hook. His right hook is finding a home, and like I said, it's unusual for a southpaw fighter to be landing all them right hands, but his straight right hand and the right hooks were the order of the day. He's using his jab, and obviously Collazo is the taller fighter. He's about 5'9", as opposed to Ricky Hatton, who's about like 5'5", maybe 5'6", you know what I mean? And the hand speed is actually now giving this man Ricky Hatton problems, you know what I mean? And he's actually even tying Collazo up, trying to disrupt his rhythm, you know what I'm saying? So that round I gave it to Collazo. Round 6 was another Collazo round, you know what I mean? Collazo, his punch variety is on point, you know what I mean? Uppercuts, left hooks to the body, headshots, you know what I'm saying? The man Ricky Hatton is looking discouraged, Collazo got his swag right in round 6, and he's letting them hands go, you know what I mean? And, the man Ricky Hatton is tying up, trying to disrupt his rhythm, but Collazo is actually even moving. And see how he's throwing them jabs there, them left hooks? You can see right on your screen on the film study. The man is letting them hands go, and he's actually getting the better of Ricky Hatton. You know what I'm saying? Round 7 was, I gave that round to Ricky Hatton. He improved his work rate, you know what I'm saying? He was back to fighting his style of fighting, which was, being the pressure fighter, you know what I mean? And coming forward and landing punches up close, you know what I mean? Getting up close and personal, and basically trying to fight a man's fight in the way Ricky Hatton fights, you know what I mean? You check it, round 8, the man Ricky Hatton, I gave that one to Ricky Hatton, but both guys they land some mean shots, you know what I mean? Mean right hands, Collazo's on the rope counter punching, and he catches the man, but there was even a point in time they both catch each other with left hooks, you know what I'm saying? Right on the ropes, you know what I mean? Round 9, I also gave that to Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton's a pressure fighter, you know what I'm saying? But that's a round right there where depends, on what you like, you know what I mean? Ricky Hatton, and that's why this fight was kind of, it's in the controversial decisions, you know what I mean? I wouldn't make this video if it wasn't. Round round 9, you know what I'm saying? That, and the fight in particular, you know what I mean? Ricky Hatton's style was basically putting the pressure on the guy. Collazo was earning points and landing points when he was, pinpoint accuracy, you know what I mean? And in that round, like I said, I had to give that round to, although it was kind of sloppy for the man Ricky Hatton, he didn't have a eye-pleasing style, you know what I mean? But I gave him that round, even though Collazo did land the pinpoint shots, you know what I mean? Accuracy, But the man Ricky Hatton was definitely had more volume in that fight, in that round, you know what I mean? With his hands, letting his hands go. Round 10, that was a round I gave to Collazo, you know what I'm saying? And Round 10, it was, Collazo catches his rhythm again, hand speed, he's displaying his hand speed, throwing 1-2s, flurries, you know what I mean? And that particular round, the style favored Collazo, you know what I mean? That's the way he wanted to fight, because every single round he's winning is when is using his boxing skills, you know what I mean? He was kind of determined to stay in there and also stand in the pocket with the man, Ricky Hatton, because he's the bigger fighter. Ricky Hatton is the one coming up in weight, you know what I mean? Trying to show him that Ricky Hatton style, he ain't going to get bullied by him, you know what I mean? But, I think if Collazo had outboxed this guy in more rounds, you know what I mean? He would have had a wider score margin as far as the judges scoring, Round 11, that was a round that I gave to Ricky Hatton, you know what I'm saying? Ricky Hatton is applying, sloppy, smothering pressure, you know what I mean? But it's effective because he got the man Collazo tying him up and holding, you know what I'm saying? And that was a round right there where Collazo just wasn't letting his hands go, you know what I mean? He had a low punch output in that particular round, and that's where it cost him, you know what I mean? The championship rounds were crucial because this fight was back and forth, basically a back and forth fight. By round 10, it was basically a draw, with the exception of 1 point taken off, of course, from round 1 when Collazo got dropped, you know what I mean? So round 11, I gave it to Ricky Hatton, you know what I'm saying? Round 12, straight all the way, straight up and down, that's the man Collazo's round, you know what I mean? He hurt the man Ricky Hatton, man. I remember this shit like it was yesterday when I seen this fight. I was like, dogs, this man Collazo could have actually even gotten a 10-8 round, taking 2 points off, you know what I'm saying? Because this man Ricky Hatton was hurt bad, you know what I'm saying? He got caught with some straight, that's the gash that went from the headbutt, as you can see on the screen. But round 12, Collazo hurt the man Ricky Hatton with some left hands. Boom! Caught the man Ricky Hatton staggering, it wobbled him, you know what I'm saying? And then uppercuts, left hooks to the body. Yo, the man Ricky Hatton was holding on for dear life, you know what I'm saying? He was lucky to survive that round. And, I'm not going to say what's his name, tired himself out, Collazo. But I just think the holding from Ricky Hatton is what basically made him survive the round. You know what I mean? He tied the Collazo up in that 12th round where he was hurt. And, it could have got worse, you know what I mean? If he ain't tried to hold, Collazo would have knocked him out, you know what I mean? Because if you've seen this fight before, only person who got hurt really in this fight was Ricky Hatton. Look at Ricky Hatton's face. I know that's been like the talk of the last 2 weeks where fellas been talking about, look at Danny Jacobs' face. He obviously lost the fight because look at his face as opposed to Golovkin's, you know what I mean? But no, really and truly, this guy, Ricky Hatton, coming up in weight, you could see he was a smaller guy, you know what I'm saying, as far as, he was getting hit in the face and his face puffed up, you know what I mean? Collazo ain't really have no bruises like that, you know what I mean? But that's because, Ricky Hatton also he ain't got a tight defense like Collazo. That's one thing Collazo did have, and it's usually one of his best assets, you know what I mean, for his keys to victory. He got good defense, you know what I'm saying? But Ricky Hatton was a kind of guy who takes shots straight in the face, left hands, right hooks, and he was a sucker for that right hook, man, and the straight right hand, you know what I'm saying? So this fight was real close, man. It was real close. The judges scored it, I believe they had it, 2 judges had it 115, 112 for Ricky Hatton, and the third judge had it 114, 113 to Ricky Hatton. So unanimous decision, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, when I've seen this fight and scored it, I always thought this fight, it could have gone back and forth, but I think Ricky Hatton did win this fight, you know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for that knockdown in round 1, I would have a 6-6 round, you know what I mean? But obviously 1 point deducted from, it would have been 114 to 114 if it wasn't for that knockdown, you know what I'm saying, in round 1. And that really cost Collazo, you know what I mean? Close fights, man, a knockdown could be what separates the fight, you know what I'm saying? And I thought the man Ricky Hatton, he basically, he ain't win the fight clearly, you know what I'm saying? But I thought he won the fight, There was a lot of people who had Collazo winning the fight. A lot of publications, I remember back when, the magazines, a lot of journalists and ringside media, they had the man Collazo winning the fight. And, I'm not mad at their decision, you know what I'm saying? I was actually rooting for Collazo. always will, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of Louis Collazo, you know what I mean? He even actually put some money in my pocket from his last fight when he knocked out Sammy Vasquez, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Collazo's a veteran. He been doing this since 2000. You know, we in 2017. He's still going strong. Got a big victory earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Collazo, I thought, you know, it was a close fight, you know what I'm saying? He also had another fight years later with Andre Berto, and that was a unanimous decision for Berto, but that was a fight I actually thought Collazo won. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, when I do these controversial decisions, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I could make one of Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, and I could come here and say that Marvin Hagler won the fight, you know what I mean? But sometimes I do make controversial decisions because it's controversial, and the person who won, I do feel they the right person who won this fight, you know what I mean? And that's how it goes, man. I had Ricky Hatton winning this fight, 114 to 113, you know what I'm saying? So let me know in the comment section how you guys had this fight, you know what I mean? It was a great fight, back and forth fight. Like I said, if it wasn't for the knockdown, it would have been a draw. B-Marsh Boxing, let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this fight. And let me know how you guys had scored it. And let me know how you guys thought back when, who you thought won. And if you watched it again, if your results have changed. I'm out. One.